Morning, people. So the overwhelming winner of what you wanted to see, which I guess makes sense with the test coming up, was quadratics. And based on the notes and based on the emails and the voting, you won't kind of see everything. So I guess we can try that. If something looks too similar, I may skip it. But here's the questions and the app, and we'll see how much I can fit in the first video. Get two doubles from the keyboard saved in variables A and B. Print out the maximum of the two without using any if statements. Okay, so this lesson was based on our math methods. Math is native, so we don't have to worry about it, but we go ahead and include this because we do need a scanner. So for number one, find the max. Enter the first value to test. So in between, let's grab them. So it say integers, two doubles. Okay, so double A, scan dot next double. B. Now, if I want to print out again, I print. And then, again, just as a safety measure, I encapsulate all math in an extra parenthesis just to make sure it knows to process that before we print. So math.max, and then I judge A, B, and prints out there. And we'll add a spacer line just to be safe. There you go. That's it. We'll just keep going. Number two, grab one double from, name it 2 cube, and print the value cube. Okay. So again, those. So before there, we get 2 cubed. Cubed is over here. Cube is an exponent, so that's math.pow. 2 cube, and then cube is a 3 exponent. One away. There we go. 2 variables, print the base and the power of x. Okay, so that's the same thing. We'll skip 3. Take a double variable num, print the value of num rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay, so we'll jump back in and do 4. And again, I just grab a simple set. Round the number, enter the value, call this num, rounds to, and then in here, math.round. So now that we've got 3 done, we're going to go ahead and test these. 6.78, 8.76, maximum found, 6.33 cube. Good. Round a number, 118.147. 118. Okay. All right, number 5, get a double from the keyboard, print a square root. Num2, okay. This is number 5. Okay. This is num2. And we just print this out. So this one does not need the extra parenthesis. Q over T, num2, and right there. All right, number 6. Get two doubles, represent the sides of a triangle, print the value of the corresponding hypotenuse. Okay, so this is the Pythagorean theorem. We know this, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So let's get that going. We got a few things we got to do to get there. So we'll need all of these, and we'll need a duplicate set of these. Okay, so this is, find the hypotenuse. Okay, enter the first leg. Enter the second leg, because that's what we call a right triangle. They gave us variable names, side A, side B. Okay, now, you don't have to do it all in the print statement. So there's a couple of steps involved in this one. So let's just build this normally. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. To get c by itself, we take a square root. So let's just start with the squaring part. Math.pow. So we have side A, 2, plus, math.pow, side B, 2. So a squared plus b squared. Now I need to put that whole thing in parentheses, and now I can do math.square root, and we'll call them doubles, SRT. Okay, and then when we print, we just print hypotenuse is SRT. Did it give us a variable name? It did not, so we could do whatever. There. Actually, we'll just call it height. That is the hypotenuse. There you go. And 7's a riddle. 8, 2 doubles to print out the closest to 0. Use absolute value and minimum. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on here because we're doing absolute value, which turns everything positive, and then we need to test to see which is minimum. So if we want to spit out the correct value, we actually have to have copies instead of the actual things. So let's do this. And then this closest to 0. I'm just putting labels so it's easier to see. Okay, so enter the first value. That's fine. There's variable names this time. C and D. Okay. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We'll make a duplicate. X equals C, double Y equals D. All right, so we're going to test it on those values. So actually right here we can go ahead and do math.abs C math.abs of D. All right, and then we can do an if test. So if math.min, which is again looking for the minimum. We turned everything positive, so now we're looking to see which one's smallest. Of X and Y is X, then I print with the phrasing. All right, that is closest to 0. Okay, so X is the value closest to 0. And else X responds to C and Y responds to D. And that should be it. So we got our next 3. Let's test them out. All right, so let's test this. Square root of a number. 144 would be 12, so let's see how close we are. Good. Find the hypotenuse. We could just use a Pythagorean triple because we know those answers. 5, 12, 13. We did great. Closest to 0. So let's do 9.18 and negative 7.15. Okay, close to 0. That works. All right.